Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is September the 15th, 2025. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Monday, happy Garfield Day to ya. Hopefully you've had a good day. Hopefully you got a nice heaping helping of lasagna. Maybe even two scoops of that thing with some bread. Yummy, yummy. Now, I got to start off with an apology. I took yet again another day off. It's crazy that I'm doing all this on my birthday month. I'm just slacking. I'm lacking. And for that, I am sorry. Mea culpa. But by the end of my Sunday night, I was just so tired and I didn't really feel that great. And we're going to get into that overall in a good way. It was from a good thing. And I need to sleep. And the news just wasn't hitting for me. I'm not to say that there was no news, because I'll say this once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I know I already have. But there's just no such thing as like a slow news day, slow news cycle. I mean, yes, there is. There's less of it available. But we just live in a time where it's all accessible. There's always something to cover. I know there was like some Unite the Right rally in the UK, and some other stuff, here and there. Of course, the Charlie Kirk assassination has been big. It's been very prolific in the news, really taking up a lot of oxygen, talking a lot about Charlie or Tyler Robinson, the shooter, and, everything that they can find about this guy. And then there's still more to find. But that's not what we're here to talk about. It's not about that. No. So I just said, no, I'm just going to skip that and we'll do a big weekend update recap today. So here we go. That's right. We're talking about me. So yeah, Saturday night was fun. It was a really great night. I got to hang out with my friends. It was a very cozy, casual situation. Wasn't a big to-do, wasn't a big fanfare, thoroughfare, but all the beers, maybe sans one or two, were on the homies. I got some food from the homies. I got a samosa from a homie. Oh my gosh, from Bridges. A little veggie samosa. That was clutch. I literally saved that for like the end of my night. Like I was able to get that home. That was like my dragon egg, like Game of Thrones style. I had to get that thing home. But we started off though at Chameleon. And I got my 3 slices, my classic 3 slices. Now at this point, Monday, of course, I really can't remember. I know I had a cheese slice because the veggie wasn't really looking really good. It was like ratatouille and greens. I'm sure that would have been fine, but I was like, I'm good. I'll skip that. Then I got a pepperoni, but the star was the Bianca. It had fig, it had sweet potato. Maybe it was like a chicken situation, I'm not sure, but it was very yummy. That definitely was a standout all-star. Yummy, yummy pizza. I also got a side of garlic knots, which I was determined to split with the homie, and he obliged. Thank you. I left like one and some like pepperoni pizza on the table because I just couldn't. But I will say, shout out to Chameleon for making their own local beer cheese that I think they kind of maybe swap out maybe with throughout the week. So it kind of makes it like a changing thing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But once I heard that, I was like, damn, that makes the garlic nuts even more sought after. They're so yummy. I mean, just generally, it's just good bread with good cheese. Oh, man, say less. That's all I need in this world. But, had that to start off, like I said. Then after that, we got the samosa. But like I said, I held on to that for the end. But, I mean, overall, we hit our usual 3 spots, came back to the house, and we closed out with, I'm doing the pre-chef kiss. Shout out to my homie for making this beautiful sandwich. It was a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato, with the crazy, awesome, wonderful bread from Blue Oven, like the same one from before, that everything sourdough. Oh my God. With some cheese. And we put an egg on. We put a whole egg on. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I'm still remembering that sandwich. I'm still thinking about that shit on a Monday. So yeah, that was good. That was a sweet way to close out the day. It was just nice to vibe out with the homies, just having a good time, being 35. That feels weird. But, overall, just a good way to ring in another year on this earth for me. Anyway, After that, we had the hangover. I was rough. Ran through. And I get straight back home after resting, for a little bit, taking a little bit of a little nappy poo. And I get up, I get back home. I sleep some more, do some groceries. And then I'm just kind of hanging out because now the day is taking a different turn because I have another set of homies, another crew had invited me out for a birthday dinner. And we went to Corner Dumpling House. This was a spot they suggested, and I'm so glad that they did. It is as the name suggested, a dumpling situation, but it's just overall just amazing Chinese cuisine. Oh my God, we had so many plates. Like literally, we were sat down. It was, I think, maybe was it 1, 2, 4 of us, and then with the 2 kiddos, 6, right, something like that. And we're just all sitting down in this revolving table, and literally we ordered a bunch of food, we queued it all up, and then it just all starts coming out. So I can't honestly remember off the top of my head all of the food we ate, but I'm just going to, once again, run through the highlights and just say, oh my God, it was so good. Everything was good. There was no misses, by the way. I ordered some Dan Dan noodles, which came out first for me. Oh my gosh. Like, I've only had Dan Dan noodles, y'all know, on the pod. I've only had them via P.F. Chang box meal. So that was fine. That was yummy, good. I definitely enjoyed them. But, it's one experience. I get these, oh my gosh, the nutty flavor, the richness of everything, so good. The noodles, so good. Excuse me. We ordered several either dumplings that were either like soup dumplings or, some kind of just normal like pork dumpling, if I'm not mistaken. We had buns as well that were like pan fried. Oh, so good. Pork and beef. There was a black truffle one that definitely stood out in terms of the soup dumplings that I ordered. So good. And I hadn't had black truffle in a while. So that hit a little spot for me. And then another thing that I had ordered was the Mao's pork belly, which, you know me, that makes it, I had to see what that was about. But no, I mean, generally my friend had told me the pork here is really good. You got to order it. So I put that on and I had ordered it and I kind of just knew that it was going to be something good. Like, just, you don't put Mao on there for nothing. You feel me? Right? And sure as shit, I was not disappointed because it had peppers. I think it had onions as well. Maybe I'm wrong because it gets all kind of caught in the milieu of what we're doing here. But it had potatoes in it. And it had much more of like a stew-like quality. And I was like, it was supposed to be spicy. So, I mean, it kind of had hints of it, but it was all kind of muted in this like milieu. And it was so good. So yummy. I'm glad I ordered it. I think green peppers. I don't know if I said that. But, oh my God. Another friend ordered lamb with peppers, which was, good. So good. Another friend ordered pepper chicken, and it had like the peppers that you would get in like the mall food. And they kind of numb. They're so spicy, they kind of numb your mouth a bit. Oh, man. We have fried calamari. Someone ordered, like, fried rice, which I think that had, like, some Spam in it, which was also very clutch because then I just started putting the rice in and kind of using that as the next agent when I was done with my Dan Dan noodles. Oh, my gosh. I'm trying to think what else was on the menu that we ate. I mean, I'm covering the big suspects. But, I mean, it was just such good food. Came out so fast, too. Like, very efficient. Very, just amazingly clean. So good. Definitely would love to go back there again. Also, they had, like, a nice little appetizer of, like, cucumber. Some kind of, I think, like, vinegar sauce. And also, too, they had a vinegar sauce, a hot oil, like a chili hot oil, and a dumpling sauce that was in the middle of the table that you could just kind of sample. So, I mean, it was just so much food. I, like, hit a wall around plate 1.5, and I was like, damn. And, I try for 1 or 2 more type shit. And, I do my damnedest. I do my best. And I'm tapped out. I'm good. And, we just kind of vibe out for a little bit longer. We wind up heading out. So, I get home, and I'm like, all right, I'm tired. I'm in, like, a food coma mode. I need to take a nap. So, I take the nap. I wake up, it's dark. I want to say it's like maybe around 8 or 9. And I'm like, I need to go to the gym. Like, I'm not missing my gym pump. Not for nothing. No way. Not to mention, too, I got all this food in me. Like, I'm boosted as best as I can be. Let's hit this shit. So I hit this shit for like a late night pump. I wind up getting home after all that at around 12 or so. Pump went well. It was good. Nice little heavy session. We got through that. Hell yeah. But I'm tired. I'm looking at the news. There's not much that I'm saying is enough for me to really do the episode. As much as I know I could come on and do an offbeat episode just talking about what we're talking about right now, I'm like, let's just fucking save it. Let's just savor the flavor. Let's just vibe out a little bit longer, go back to sleep, and then we'll hit it tomorrow. So that's what we did. That's what we did, my dear listeners. And we got up, slept a good amount, honestly, and this is where I had the gestational troubles, the tummy aches and whatnot. But I went through the night, got through the night, and rested a lot today, and I think I wound up waking up officially maybe around 12 or so, and no, actually no later than that. It was 1, and then I wind up getting to the gym. And once again, another good pump. A little bit of a maintenance situation, of course. It's Monday, but we're in before the rush, so I love that. Still pretty busy. There was like kids and stuff, like at least younger people. So I was like, oh, okay. You know me. I'm an old man now, 35. I'm trying to get in and get out. I'm with the geriatric section. You feel me? No. But overall, good workout. And after that, we're home and you're all caught up. That is what you missed over the weekend. Once again, I'm sorry. I missed so many text messages. I missed so much action because I have been busy this whole time, but I've also been sleeping a lot. I've been resting. And I mean, hey, that maybe was my birthday gift to myself, was the ability to get my good pumps in and then also get some good sleep in, so yeah, and then eat a ton. I've just eaten so much, and honestly, I've had this whole day off to myself. I didn't mention that or say that. It's kind of matter of fact, dear listeners. No, yeah, I took the whole day for myself. I just called off. That was another gift, and I have more food stories to come, but that's for tomorrow. That's for Tuesday, if you will. But yeah, we've yapped a lot. Had to catch you up. Had to do the recap. So let's go ahead and do our startup and let's get into some news. I did mention that Unite the Right thing. I think there was also protests in Turkey as well. People coming out in terms of, against Erdogan, because yet again, he is trying to suppress even a centrist movement. Because it's like, yeah, dude, I'm trying to do this shit forever. I'm trying to be president in this democracy forever. So that's the thing that's been ongoing. There's a lot of action. So I know, as always, I do miss some things, but especially when you take like a whole day off. But anyway. Also, there's a China U.S. deal at hand that we might get into more details of, but it's TikTok related. We'll see if I feel like that's worth actually, tearing open. It probably is, but I just was like, nah, not today. We got stuff to do. Anyway. Ooh. Okie dokie. From ABC News. 3 killed in second strike on alleged Venezuelan drug boat, Trump says. 3 people have been killed in a second U.S. strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug boat, according to President Donald Trump. This morning, on my orders, U.S. military forces conducted a second kinetic strike against positively identified, extraordinarily violent drug trafficking cartels and narco-terrorists in the Southcom area of responsibility. Trump wrote on social media, which I assume is probably truth.com. The strike occurred while these confirmed narco-terrorists from Venezuela were in international waters transporting illegal narcotics, and he writes in bold, a deadly weapon poisoning Americans, headed to the U.S. Trump announced earlier this month that 11 people have been killed in a similar strike on a boat. And I wanted to reiterate that because I do believe now, because I've heard it not just from American sources, but also Venezuelan sources, that it was 11 people. So, I'll take that. Now, granted, Venezuela says, oh, they weren't narco terrorists, they weren't drug dealers, they weren't drug smugglers or whatever. That's being disputed, back and forth between sides. But yeah, I know I had my suspicions that, I mean, shit, we don't even know how many people were actually confirmed killed in that. So, hearing a number by both sides, so I was like, okay, that's enough for me to come back and at least issue that statement. But yeah, it looks like we're still on the same fucking shit here, and this gunship diplomacy, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call the situation between Trump and Maduro right now, U.S. and Venezuela, is ongoing and is escalating in its own way. So we'll see what comes next. But that's like breaking news, and I figured, hey, we'll go ahead and cover that. I kind of literally was deciding, I'm like, am I gonna cover this or am I gonna cover the U.S. China dealio thing? And I'm like, I mean, that sounds like some shit that we're already kind of talking about vaguely, or we're gonna be kicking the football down or whatever. We'll see. So I was like, yeah, we'll cover the blown up boat. Anyway, moving on though, we're still in the Trump verse. That's kind of why we have him in the headline, or not the headline, the thumbnail, I should say. BBC: Trump vows tough action after beheading of Indian motel manager. U.S. President Donald Trump has strongly condemned the beheading of an Indian origin hotel manager, allegedly by a Cuban illegal immigrant in Dallas last week. It's the time for being soft on these illegal immigrant criminals is over under my watch, Trump said in a post on his Truth Social platform. Chandra Mouli Nagamalia, I'm sure I'm fucking that up, I'm sorry, 50, was attacked with a machete by his co-worker Jordanis Chobos Martinez in front of his wife and child following a heated argument over a broken washing machine. The accused, who is now in custody, has been charged with murder. Trump has vowed tougher enforcement against undocumented migrants, making it a central plank of his policy. Trump said Mr. Cobos Martinez will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law and will be charged with murder in the first degree. He goes on to, say, hey, it's the Biden administration that kind of allowed a guy like this to, be in American society, and then also not even just be like not locked up or anything like that, be out and about, and thus he was allowed to commit this heinous crime, and that's why he's doing what he's doing to lock up all these criminals. But I mean, I really feel like we're using any and all of these situations where a person who is an illegal, I should put that in quotations, an illegal immigrant, migrant who came here by means that is not, we paid a bunch of money and did a bunch of things to, go through a bunch of fucking literal red fucking tape. Actually, this is a bit of an aside. I was talking to my coworker the other day, and we were talking about like how the whole like in and of itself like test process to get a fucking green card to become a legal American is a thing that even an average American citizen who was born here would probably struggle to get fucking done. And we subject all these people to it. And not to mention, if you go through hell and high water and then say, hey, I want to have asylum, well, you're still treated like you're some kind of criminal. You're some kind of bad person. And it's like, these are all means that you're allowed to get here. But now it's all been, especially now, been flipped on its head with the Trump administration coming back. Sorry, I know I'm in a bit in the weeds talking about this shit. The assault took place on September 10th. The police said they received a stabbing call, and a preliminary investigation determined that Mr. Cobos Martinez had cut the victim with an edged weapon several times. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has lodged Mr. Cobos Martinez with the Dallas County Jail, where he's being held. So yeah, obviously very sad, very unfortunate. Just this story alone, you take out the immigration issue, is just a very dark, very intense true crime thing as in and of itself, but it has the added element of, this is a person who's not supposed to be here, in a criminal, and we need to get rid of all these criminals. So it's a whole other fucking talking point on top of it for, at least myself in this podcast. So yeah, wanted to talk about that, wanted to cover that. Once again, condolences. And also a shame that, like I said, this is just going to be used as rhetoric by the right to say, see, look at all these criminals doing X, Y, Z. Look at all these stories, and it's like, these are just really sad, fucked up stories as they are. Like, you can't blow them out and then say, oh, this is why we need to kick out people who look different than us. Like, because that's essentially what you're doing. Anyway, let's move on to our next story from ABC News. 2 arrested after incendiary device found under news media vehicle in Utah. We're back in fucking Utah. A lot going on in fucking Utah this month. Authorities in Utah say 2 men have been arrested on suspicion of placing an incendiary device under a news media vehicle in Salt Lake City. The bomb didn't go off, so that's good. Excuse me. Ooh, that burp did go off, though. Police and fire department bomb squads responded Friday when a suspicious device was found under the vehicle parked near an occupied building. Investigators determined the bomb had been lit but failed to function as designed. The FBI identified 2 suspects and served a search warrant at a home in the Magna neighborhood west of the city's downtown. 2 men, ages 58 and 31. That's a big age gap. At least to me. Seems like, wow, what an odd pairing of people here. Were arrested and could face charges related to weapons possession and threats of terrorism. ABC affiliate KTVX reported Sunday. Neighboring homes were evacuated during the search, which turned up explosives and explosive-related components, firearms, illegal narcotics, and other paraphernalia, court records say. Authorities say they also found at least 2 devices that turned out to be hoax weapons of mass destruction. There was no information about possible motive, and the relationship between the 2 suspects wasn't immediately known. News media has ascended on Salt Lake City following last week's assassination of Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk. So yeah, I'm very curious for more details on these 2. Also, I feel like I haven't heard too much in terms of this story. Maybe it just hasn't popped yet. I don't know. But literally, I didn't hear this on any kind of podcast I normally frequent. It popped up in my newsfeed one time, and I was like, let me try to get this. And then I kind of couldn't find it again as easily. I had to, like, get a little lucky, because normally I have a process of like, oh, I'll send this to myself in an email. And sometimes, if your Wi-Fi is not too great, the email doesn't send well, so it can kind of be a little bit annoying. But anyway, that's a bit inside baseball, whatever. I was able to get the story, but I'm very curious to see, what comes from this. Like, what more details are there for sure. Anyway, we have one more story that I wanted to cover, and then I'll let you go. But yeah, we got to talk about some bad mac and cheese. It's crazy. We've already covered cheese a couple times already, recently, and it's now it's spreading to the mac. We got bad mac. Anyway, I'm gonna take our last break and we'll close it out. Oh, buddy. From USA Today. Popular box mac and cheese recalled over milk nut allergy risk. The maker of a popular vegan mac and cheese is recalling 2 of its products for containing undeclared milk and nuts, according to a release from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA. In a September 10th notice, Goodles Foods Incorporated announced it's recalling several lots of its Goodles box mac and cheese after 8 people reported allergic reactions in connection with 2 of its flavors. The company said its vegan is believin' plant-based white cheddar product may contain milk, while its Here Comes Truffle flavored pasta may contain cashews. I don't like this brand, and I haven't tried it. I'm judging this off of fucking vibes. Goodles is an annoying thing to me. I don't know why. Vegan is believing. This all is giving Kroger brand Ben and Jerry's vibes, and I don't fuck with that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I can't lie to you. But maybe this food is good, right? Maybe, despite this recall situation, maybe it's worth its hype. Granted, I say hype. I've never heard of Goodles. But maybe this is good. Maybe this is good food. Maybe I might have to try a box and report back. But I mean, I probably won't be doing that because it's not hard to just make your own mac and cheese situation with some cheese and boil up some noodles. I don't know. I might be past that, but maybe I might try it for the vine. But obviously, this is an issue because you read a box and you say, okay, well, it doesn't have milk, it doesn't have like cashews, so I don't have to worry about a whole nut situation. And then you buy the food, and then oh no, it does have it in here, and I'm having an allergic reaction. And if it's severe, severe enough, it could kill you. It could be real bad. So this is definitely one that's worth, I feel, mentioning, talking about. But Good Foods is recalling 5 lots of the plant-based cheddar flavor and 3 lots of the truffle mac and cheese, which were produced April 7th through the 15th of 2025. The affected products were distributed nationally to wholesale distributors and operators and sold online between April 29th and August 5th. The company said there have been 6 reported allergic reactions in connection with Goodles, Here Comes Truffle, and 2 reported in connection with Vegan is Believin'. I'm not doing the lot codes on those. You can obviously look on the article or check online. This is a standard issue protocol in terms of what to do if you have this product and you'd like, to get a refund, recompense. Obviously, maybe you have an allergy or that this is just something that you didn't want in the product. That totally makes sense, right? But you throw it out or you take it back to the store and, try to get a refund and exchange, the whole situation. They should be abreast of that. I imagine maybe you have to have the receipt. I don't know. But, or also, I don't mention this as well, but it is mentioned in the article. Customers can also contact customer service representatives at 1-888-610-2341. But essentially, you can always try to directly contact the distributor, the company, and say, hey, I am involved in this. I have this like recalled product. What can I do? And there's a chance that either they'll direct you on what to do next or issue some kind of recompense or something. So there that might be an option, right? I don't know. There you go. Speculation head on there. I've never done that or tried that. Anyway, that's it. That's all I really have for today. That's the episode in total. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah News. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to TikTok. Subscribe or follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Whatever platform you like to listen. Let's see. Leave a like. Leave a cool comment. Sharing is caring. All the stars are appreciated where the app allows, but generally I just appreciate you hanging out and just listening, just vibing, just letting me be in that space with you, whatever you're doing right now. That's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.